Hello all of you. I hope you have given your prelims examination well, and I sincerely believe that yes, it has gone well because all of you have been preparing it with the desired dedication and sincerity in spite of the fact that we were having uncertainty looming large because of this pandemic. The purpose of interacting with you at this point in time is to give you a synopsis, is to give you an overview of what exactly should be the course of action that you should be following now onwards. Because of the pandemic, we all are aware of the fact that 2021 prelims was being pushed, and it is therefore going to have its implication in the time gap that we get between prelims and main examination. With main examination 2021 scheduled for January 2022, you are exactly having very limited time, approximately rounding it off to some 3 months. And in these 3 months, you have to get onto the war footing in a final revision, and I repeat the term, final revision of your main syllabus. And it is therefore, you need to gather yourself back. I know it is a difficult thing because you have just attempted your prelims, you are not much aware of what exactly was your performance level. You will be hunting from pillars to posts to find out the answer key. You will be cross-checking your answer. All done. It's all very natural and human, and you must do that. But let it not take more than a week's time, and within that week's time, gather yourself back, develop that self-confidence one more time. I have done prelims with best of my capacity, and I am hopeful that I'll be writing my main examination this year. With that positive mindset, you must all start preparing for your main 2021. You are not advised to wait for result. You must get into your revision so that you are not trapped with the lack of time and the last moment rush. We all have experienced it, If it is last moment rush, it triggers what I call panic button. And once you are in the panic mode, then automatically your work efficiency, without you knowing it, dips down. And it dips down so low that all your favorable attributes, you as a character, you as a human, you as an capable individual, goes dooming. So it's very advisable that get on to your main preparation right at the earliest possible time. When it comes to main, the most important thing is about comprehending asked question. Let me just attempt few of the things on the whiteboard. So when I talk about main answer writing, it is a very important thing for you to understand comprehension of the question asked, framing up of the desired answer, managing your time, because that is precisely the most crucial thing you must have learned about if you have attempted main earlier, or you must have been interacting with your peer group who have been attempting main examination. Perspective development. It's your perspective development. And I precisely put it at the bottommost constituent, but with a star mark. The reason is that why it is so that I attempted certain answer and my answer could not give me that much of the marks as much my peer group attempted and have got. It is not done with rest of the 3 factors. I'll be wrong saying so. Comprehension of the question is the crucial most task. And when I say comprehension of the question, it is what the question is demanding. What is the demand of asked question? What the question is asking you to attempt. You cannot, when you learn something, you learn everything about that particular topic. But when you write the answer to the asked question. And that makes the fundamental difference between your understanding and your writing. I always repeat this, that without understanding you cannot write anything, for sure. But you need to also understand that because I have comprehended the content, I will be in the position of comprehending the question, may not be cent% overlapping, because demand of the question decides what will be the content that you will be framing. And that framing up of the answer is basically not just about, of course, conventionally speaking, it will incorporate some introduction, it will incorporate some main body of the answer, and it will incorporate some sort of a positive conclusion. Rather, we have now supplemented it majorly with way forward, because that gives me a positive outlook to it. I try to take a positive purview to it rather than concluding something, right? So framing up of the answer is, of course, conventionally these three parts. But what will you write within these three parts is decided by what is the demand of the question. So the first point, let me label them, let me number them also, that the comprehension of the question will lead to framing up of the answer. And the swiftness with which you do it, and that swiftness comes up with practice. That swiftness comes up with practice. So shed the myth that because you have been preparing your optional, or for that matter your general studies, devoting long time, you will be in the position of writing the answer. You have to write the answer to come at par with answer writing skill. That is the reason main revision in these 3 months' time approximately that you are having is to focus on, and essentially focus on, answer writing, answer framing. That is how it should be working on. Because once I have attained perfection in the first two, the third one, let me label it here, the third one comes up in the automated mode. Because all of us will agree to it. All of us will agree to it. I don't waste time in writing. I don't even waste time in drawing diagrams, or for that matter drawing maps, flowchart, any sort of illustration that is required for me to make my answer more favorable for examiner to comprehend and thus give me better marks than my competitor. Agreed. But where is the problem of time evolves? I mean, every second person who I come across who have attempted main examination is coming up with this problem that I could not complete the paper, not necessarily the count of the questions that you have to do. I could not complete the paper to the fullest satisfaction because I was rushing up in completing my answer as I thought that the available time was less. Why this is a common problem? It is a common problem because we waste time in comprehending the demand of the question. We thus waste time in framing up of the answer. So the challenge that comes up is more about first and second step rather than third step. If you tame up first and second step, then automatically it comes up as third step, done. It's simultaneously done. And coming up to the star mark, perspective development. Perspective development is making the asked questions in the citing examples. Examples can be from any perspective. It can be global perspective. It can be Indian perspective. Taking specifically the case of geography optional and the part of geography syllabus in general studies, we have been noticing that in past few years, there have been specification coming up in the question that you need to write about it in Indian perspective or write about it in the global perspective. Why I have written contemporary and conventional? Because every aspirant of civil services examination is precisely aware of the things happening around him or her. So it's not about not being aware. It's about readily integrating that awareness in the answer. That is what is called perspective development. Perspective development is definitely requiring you to be at ease with all the fundamentals of your syllabus, at ease with all the updation that comes up from your newspapers. You must have been going through the different talks of rank holders time and again. I cannot bind answer writing skill to a standard frame. Nature of questions are not like this anymore, my friends. Nature of questions have such majorly changed that you actually encounter out of 8 questions, if I talk about optional paper, a few questions are hardcore conventional, few questions are such dynamic that I find it difficult to draw a clear boundary line between this was the question that I encountered in my optional as well as in general studies, then what should be the difference in the perspective of my answer writing? Are you understanding? So the term perspective in the present purview of our civil services examination have become a all-inclusive term. It has become that all-inclusive term which depicts, which talks about how you should attempt, what will be your way of thinking on it. You have to prove your point to examiner, and proving that point will come up when you have elaborately practiced integration. Let me explain it with one example. Have you ever encountered this? And I sincerely believe, and I am very hopeful, that most of you watching this video will be having answer as yes. That you have attempted certain answer or you have given certain answer in the any question answer session, writing or simply discussion. That after it is done and then you realize, oh, I could have said this, or oh, I could have written this point in the answer. Does that happen? Very frequently, isn't it? And with all of us. So why it happens? It happens because at that given point in time, when I am somewhere in rush, mental rush, or actually time is restricted, I am in rush, and in that rush, what happens is, I don't recollect the information that I possess, which is somewhere there in the cold box. It doesn't flash up at that given point in time. And if it doesn't flash up at that given point in time, what is the use of that information? What makes that information readily flash on at the given point in time when it is required? It's practice. And that is the reason you have to get into what is very strongly advised, practicing answer writing. That will help you in comprehending the question. Every approach of answer writing, emphasize on the term. Question is saying explain, question is saying analyze, question is saying discuss, question is saying critically examine. I don't give importance to that, because comprehending those terms I don't think is a difficult task. Comprehending the demand of the question overall is an important thing. So you should be aware of those terms, and this is not the time when I'll be discussing those terms. I'll be discussing it as we'll be proceeding up with our answer writing practice. But my advice is that as you now grab yourself again and come up with that same poise and confidence that yes, I'm going on with my main preparation, focus on these. And as you focus on all these, you need to get into consistent answer writing practice. There is no way out, my dear friends. More you write the answer, more you learn how to write the answer. So come on board with the description with this video. You have got all the details of our answer writing programs in the time-bound manner that we have planned. And also, there is the very defined purview of how I proceed up with the things. There are some clips that will be attached with it for you to see how it goes with one-to-one kind of interaction that I take with my students to pinpoint their individual strength and individual weakness. Mind it, it's not individual for an individual. It is individual question that that particular individual has attempted. You have attempted 5 questions. First question was excellent, but the 5th one was at poor level, that one-to-one kind of a thing. So do take the note of those clippings, which is just added in this particular point, and try to make sense with that. Yes, it is going to help me. I have got very limited time frame, and I'll be doing justice to the time so that there will be no regret.
But to make you prepared, that the track with which you have prepared, are you in the position of managing the terms? The question that I asked is right open in front of me. What are flood basalt and how it is different than volcano? You have not managed it well. If I would have put it in a conventional frame, what is volcanism? describe lava plateau and central type of activity, you would have written this answer. Yes or no?
Yes.
So point that I am trying to make is that the test is not just for me to have an apt, timely revision of the content which I am already prepared. When I am enrolling myself for a test series, by default I am prepared with the content and I'm just trying to brush out my information. So the purpose of it is for you to revise it and also to you to realize what exactly, not necessarily always my weakness, what exactly is the strength that I have. Like in the second test, you have attempted biogeography part quite excellently. Climate change consequences, almost all dimensions are given you good there. So I have to judge what was the problem. Problem was that in paper one, the first test that you attempted, I could not make out with terms. Terraces I am not aware of, I cannot believe it. Even if you have been reading Savindra. River terraces is one of the most elementary term that comes up when you talk about exogenic forces. But why I was not in the position of writing answer to a 10 marker question? Content was not there. So I have to build up the content. So content source can be any. The only thing for the present day examination requirement is to be very clear with as elementary things as possible. No one is going to predict what will be the likely nature of question. They started talking about crinoplane and this year they gave you periglacier. Technically speaking, periglacier is only talked about in geomorphology as a frost action in weathering. No one ever thought that we can encounter a question on periglacial cycle of erosion. Now the aspirant has to construct out the information. That the frost action leading to the features like pingos or pattern ground, how it can with solifluction can mark its movement and the leveling task can be done. Who will be doing it? Only the person who was very clear with the basic. Now they will say out of syllabus question, nothing comes out of syllabus. So basically you need to work. Some topics we are very confident with, some topics we are not very confident, some topics we think that we are very confident with, but the terms comes up into our stride and we are not in the position of managing it. I know the things I was not managing the time. In any sort of chat. That is to be realized and that is to be improved. That is what it is.
Like for what extra, like you have mentioned Thornbury for geomorphology. Should
I have asked for Thornbury because periglacier is not specifically written in any other text. I have given topic-wise textbook in almost every page of syllabus on the website. You will find topic-wise textbook.
You have given many topics there.
So what you need to do is you need to actually first realize. As I started saying, there is no mandatory requirement of textbook for the present frame of the question. What I need to realize is what is my challenge to a particular topic. If I am running short of content, if I am running short of understanding of term, then I have to go to standard textbook. If it is that I know everything, it's only about recalling, structuring and writing, then you should give yourself writing practice. So no, do not go mandatory. Only thing that I insist to be mandatory for your preparation is NCERT and Rupa Medicine. Nothing beyond that. Nothing is mandatory. I have to judge what is my problem, I have to judge what is my requirement for a particular topic. And I am not even saying topic as biogeography. Topic can be as elementary as adaptation of organism. That question we have not attempted with.
Because so when I read this question, I couldn't realize that it is there in the bio NCERT 12th class. That free time I used to read that environment portion, but I could not recall that time.
So this is what it is, I need to be clear with the things. If I'm not clear with the things, I'm not aware of the term, then I should go to the textbook. NCERTs are the elementary text and that must be read.
That is 11th class.
11th. Because all the younger class is what is getting compiled at present.
But is there a difference in old or new one?
New one is better version than older. Older one is better only for 6th, 7th class, 6th, 7th, 8th class NCERT that used to have regional geography to it. Because in your general studies also you have geography of world, where physical geography, primary activity, secondary activity, quaternary activity, South Asia specifically mentioned. I get that base from NCERT.
Like till now I am reading new one only, but somebody told me that old are better than new one.
Whenever we talk about concepts, physical geography, both old and new are at par with each other. Why new is better? Because human geography, I need to have an updation. So it's always advisable to take new one. Old one is excellent 6th, 7th, 8th class.
This is all I wanted to discuss in this particular video class. Come on board, let us get on with our geography optional with the same confidence as we have prepared for our general studies prelims geography part, and not eventually getting on to our panic mode, which is going to definitely decrease our work efficiency. All the very best to all of you. You surely will be attempting the upcoming main examination. Bye-bye from my side for the time being. Happy learning.